To our brothers and sisters in the American Southeast dealing with the effects of Hurricanes Helene and Hurricane Milton, and to those in the Bighorn Mountains of Wyoming, we are here for you. We are praying for you. Help is on the way. We are also praying for our friends in Mexico who are dealing with the effects of Hurricane John in the Acapulco area. The Scene Projects are brought to you by these fine sponsors. List with Linda B. Cufflinks.com. J.H. & Sons Menswear. Kathmandu Campground and RV Park in Sturgis, South Dakota. The Den. Sioux Falls' newest live music venue at 909 Northwest Avenue in Sioux Falls. Sunny Radio and SiouxFallsPodcast.com. Welcome into another exciting episode of The Scene. I'm your host, Bubba Starts, and with me today is singer-songwriter Katy Tessman. Katy, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me, Bubba.
Well, it's nice to see your face and to have you with us here. You've already been featured on our show, Love Noise. Your single, Treasure Trove, was a big hit with our fans here. So a big congratulations to you on that. Before we get too far down the rabbit hole on what you're doing now, why don't we get a little backstory and you can tell us who is Katy Tessman?
Well, I'm a singer-songwriter, children's book author based in Minneapolis. And I was a performing singer-songwriter for about a decade before I became a mom. In 2003 and in 2006, my sons were born, and I took a 20-year break from writing songs and performing. And it was the pandemic that sparked that drive to write songs and book shows and hit the stage. And I feel so blessed that my oldest son, Louis, is my lead guitar player in my band. He picked up the guitar during the pandemic, and my younger son, Max, his music producing gig was just skyrocketing at that time. So our household had all different kinds of music, just seeping out of the woodwork. It was a really magical time.
That's a very common theme from a lot of our Minneapolis-based artists, is that time to go in, so many of them were writing or refining their passion and weren't doing music at all. So what a wild common theme that period of our lives. See, in South Dakota, we never really stopped. So I was continuing to work and do things, and my life didn't, there was no abrupt stop to anything that we were doing. We just kept going, and we continue to keep going. So we're very thankful that so many of our friends found that time to rediscover a passion or to follow that passion for maybe the first time.
Yes, exactly.
I love how your kids have kind of re-inspired your musical career. Can we talk about, how the kids got into music? Obviously it runs deep in the genes, but were you, kind of pushing them into music programs as they're growing up and making sure that it was a part of their lives?
Absolutely. When they were toddlers, I took music together class with them, which is an early childhood family music class. In grade school, they each had a chance to play bass in the orchestra, sing in the choir, play percussion. My oldest son, he had piano lessons in grade school. And then in high school, he was on the drum line. My younger son, he sang in the choir in high school. And when we went distance learning, my older son, Louis, said, I don't want to do drums distance learning. I want to learn how to play your guitar. So that was pretty great.
That is amazing. And now look where it's brought you. You've been back on the scene now for a few years. You have new singles. And
Yes.
you have a big show coming up October 18th at the Icehouse in Minneapolis. Congratulations, Katy.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll be joined by my band, Katy Tessman and the Turnbuckles. Um, and Laura Hugo will be opening. It's going to be pretty magical. October is a month that has a bunch of emotion for me. When I was 39 years old, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. My sons were ages 6 and 3 at the time, and early detection is what got me here. It was my very first mammogram. And this October, I'm celebrating 15 years of being cancer free. My birthday is October 28th. So I celebrate my birthday now with intention and trying to pay it forward because it was my 40th birthday that I had my double mastectomy. So on the 18th of October at the Icehouse, we are raising funds for Gilda's club. Gilda Radner, uh, Saturday Night Live change maker. She was diagnosed too late with ovarian cancer and died at the very young age of 47. And so one of the quotes that were published that she said, cancer is not a club I ever would want to be a part of, but it's a club full of loving, supportive people. And that was one of the things that I held on to when I got that diagnosis at such a young age. I don't want to be a part of that club, but I am. And so there are Gilda's club organizations all over the country. And my event is going to support Gilda's Club Minnesota, which offers different sorts of programs for people facing cancer as well as for their family members. So parents who are fighting cancer, they can go to Gilda's Club and there's a teen room and a kids room and there are activities for the kids while the parent is, getting information about nutrition while on chemo, or taking the yoga class for recovering from cancer surgeries. It's really hard to bounce back, and Gilda's Club is there to support so many people.
Well, that is just amazing, Katy. We are so happy that you are here with us today and happy that you continue to use your voice to help other people and be part of that club and
Thank
help
you.
out
Thank
the
you.
other members who of course no one ever wants to get that diagnosis, but it's part of who we are as artists. And I look at someone like a Jelly Roll who has now used his status in the world to do so much good. And I think it's realizing that on whatever level you are, if you're a musician in your small community, that you're looked up to, and that you have a voice and you have this platform, and how awesome that we can use it to do so much good in the world and to really just tag along. We don't all need to start our own nonprofits necessarily, but using our voice to raise money and funds for these amazing nonprofits that are already out there. I think it's such a great thing.
Exactly, exactly. Yes. When I got the diagnosis, I went to the library to look for a book that I could read to my little boys. I never found the right book, but I found my own words. And so after I was starting to grow hair again and my surgeries were done and I was healing up, I realized that I wrote the book I was looking for. So I put it together and I self-published it. It's called Our Mama is a Beautiful Garden. And then when I celebrated my 10th anniversary of being cancer-free, it was in 2020, I wrote a song celebrating survivorship. And I realized that you don't need to have a health emergency to be a hero in your own life. And so I wrote Hero Now Crowned and published the lyric picture book. And those books will be available at my show. And I hope that people will see them and be inspired and be able to help pay things forward and support everybody in our community. Because where are we if we don't have each other?
Exactly. And in some way, that's exactly what this podcast and everything that we're trying to grow our mutual affiliation, Midwest Country Music Organization, right? What we're all members of several communities already. Obviously, you have your location, right? Your locale. But then there's a lot of other communities, whether you're an artist or different things that you're into. We have bowling teams that we're a part of. That's a community, right? So it's very exciting to watch us all continue to grow in our own communities and then be able to bring those together. I'm sure if the MCMO knows about it, right, we'll be featuring the show and we're doing our small part here to feature you and to feature everyone out there. A guy like Scott Kirkhart comes to mind with his Broken Strings nonprofit and it's amazing things that we're all doing, and I'm so fortunate that I kind of get to be the one who covers it all and gets to talk to everyone. I feel so blessed.
Yes, thank you for helping amplify everybody's voices in this whole music thing that we got going on. Yes.
Well, you forget that people are listening. I'm just talking to my friends, and it's really there's nothing to it. We're getting a very huge opportunity this week, and by the time this airs, it will have happened. But we're starting to cover larger events at our arena here in Sioux Falls, the Denny Sanford Premier Center, and getting our foot in the door with these people and learning that the connection that we want to make is with fans, right? We're planning to do fan interviews and to get to know some of our people and some of the sponsors for these shows and the businesses behind the ones that are supporting these amazing events and providing a platform for a little bit deeper coverage than just a name on a wall. Let's get to know the people that are behind these companies and behind these nonprofits and everything. And I think we're finding a home. It's really exciting to be right in the middle of it right now, but
Yes.
I was glad that we got a few minutes to speak about you and your show coming up and Gilda's club, which I mean, she was such an inspiration to so many friends of mine, female performers, actors and actresses, and not just females, an inspiration really to
Yes.
the whole world. And yeah, kudos to you for
Thank
being
you.
inspired and to do something with that. And yeah, to keep moving forward. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank
Unfortunately,
you.
I will be in Deadwood for the Wild West Songwriters Festival that weekend. But I will be coming up to the Minneapolis, St. Paul area in December. So maybe we can get together
Yes.
and play a few songs together at the very least. And I think we have a show. Maybe you'd bless us with a few songs if you would. So,
Oh, I'd love that. That'd be so much fun.
well,
Yes.
thank you so much for being on the show and for being part of this scene. And yeah, we hope nothing but the best for you, Katy, and have such a fun time at the Icehouse. What a legendary venue there in Minneapolis. And we're so
Thank
happy
you.
for you and the band.
Yes, thank you. On my Facebook page, I'm going to have a fundraiser. So those folks that can't attend the show but want to give, they can track down the fundraiser that way and contribute. Absolutely.
Perfect. We'll have links to everything. Of course, you have the website as well. So when we post the
Yep.
episode, we'll have all the links in there and people can find you. And thank you so much for being on the show today, Katy. It was good to see your
Yeah.
face and meet at least virtually.
Right. Exactly. So much fun. Thank you, Bubba.
Yep. Have a great day.